Okay, I'm Maddie. I work as a scanning technician at theFINDlab, and something people don't know about me is I have an identical twin. I feel like when I'm photographing, I feel like I'm posing a lot more. So I don't feel like I'm actually having like a conversation. I'm just telling people what to do and they're doing it. But when I'm videoing, I feel like I'm actually like interacting with people more instead of me just, okay, grab her waist, smile, cute. Cute, looks great, guys. With Super 8, I feel like, just like with shooting film, I'm so much more intentional about what I'm doing because I only have like 3 minutes on a roll of film. So I feel like I think about it a lot more, which makes a much more quality outcome. And then I also don't have to spend as much time in post trying to fix what I did because I didn't rush the shot. I feel like the richness of the Super 8 colors and like the black point is just so gorgeous to me. I don't know, I feel like it just has so much soul in it versus digital. Like the best way I've come to describe it as like Super 8 to me feels like poetry in motion. That's like how I think about it. This is a Canon 1014 XLS. I feel like the biggest learning curve has been more intention and also editing. I feel like those would be the two, because Super 8 is so nice because honestly you can shoot a crappy shot and it'll still look pretty because it's on film. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people might hate me for saying that, but I had to realize it's still a crappy shot even though the colors are pretty. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I had to be a lot more intentional. And then along with that, getting into editing, I feel like at the beginning I was like, oh, like it looks gorgeous, like just straight out of scanner. You don't need to do anything to it, but I feel like you can really like enhance it a lot if you get into editing. I feel like the best overall film stock to shoot is Kodak 50D, and that's for 50 daylight. It can be really rich and like saturated if you want it. I feel like you can go like very light and airy or like saturated. I don't know. I love it. I feel like you can do so much with it. It's the Portrait 400 of Super 8. It's just like the standard, the go-to, and I love it. Black and white, the only black and white Super 8 that I've shot has been Tri-X, and I like it, but if people are like comparing it to a 35mm still Tri-X, it just doesn't have as much contrast and as much of a black point, which I wasn't expecting. So just know that if you go into that. This like is dumb, but I feel like the frame that Super 8 has, you know, the frame that it has in videos, I feel like for like the longest time, I'd always keep that in when I was editing it. But now I feel like I don't need to have that in to show that it's Super 8. Like, you can tell because of like the color and the grain. So I just feel like little like touches like that just make it look a lot more cinematic. Whereas before I was like, oh, it's just like film that has like little imperfections, but now I feel like I'm like really dialing it in. And I said, okay. Okay, that's like how I think about it. I feel like when, cute, looks great, guys. Okay, cute, looks great, guys. Cute, okay. Cute, okay, that's like how I think about it. Cute, looks great, guys. And I said, okay. Okay. It's still a crappy shot even though the colors are pretty.